Hey guys, we are live. I have a very special guest. I've just put her backstage for 2 minutes, just while I do a quick intro. I am going to have someone very special who's new to my channel in the chat as well tonight. So I'm going to mention her when she shows up and put her details up on screen and stuff. So you know yourselves, you can do all the YouTubey things and go to her channel and subscribe as well. After this live, so this is 6 o'clock now Irish time, and at 8 p.m, so in 2 hours time, a friend of mine, Alan Cook, is live on Instagram and on Facebook doing a talk called I Am Ireland. It's all about Irish sovereignty and whatnot, and about how now is the time where we need to fight for our country. Those links, if you go to the posts tab on my channel, you will find the link to that, which will be in 2 hours time, which is 1 hour after this live ends. Okay, so make sure to check out that in 2 hours time if you can. All the details in my posts tab. Okay, so my special guest now is just getting ready there in the background. So as soon as she's ready, I'm going to add her to the screen and we'll have our chats. Hey Fatima. Right, so here we go. Without further ado, welcome. Why is it not adding you to the stage? There we go. Yay.
Come on.
Hey, Sandy. So welcome, Ravneet. I'm pointing the wrong way. I do this every time, I swear to God. I still can't get used to directions on backwards cameras. So guys, this is just a lovely 1 hour live now, chatting to the lovely Ravneet. She is relatively new to YouTube. As she said herself, been watching for years, but been posting the last 2-3 months. So I'm going to put you over now to Ravneet to introduce herself quickly. Tell everyone about yourself. I'm going to put your links up on screen there now first before I forget. So her links will be scrolling across the bottom, guys. So there's her YouTube and her Instagram, okay? So over to you, Ravneet.
Oh, thanks, Jackie, for the grand entry. Thanks for having me.
No bother.
Hi. Hi, Fatima. Hi, Sandy Black. So, okay, my name is Ravneet, and I have been watching YouTube for a lot many years, but I decided a couple months ago that I'm gonna start creating content. So I'm pretty new, like maybe a couple months. That's my mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. I love it.
And so yeah, it's just something I do for fun, and I like meeting new people like Jackie and all the others. So
yeah.
This is a great way for me to, show the people, show my tribe, hey, I'm here.
Yeah, I love the way you say that, your tribe. Yeah, I love it.
So yeah, I don't think I have a particular area, but I think I love to make people think. And anything that piques my interest and I feel like can create some awareness or some connection, that's all I try to do on my channel. Yeah.
Love
and
that.
I also want to say hi. I see a lot of people here. So I see Lottie. Hello, Lottie. I hope you're doing well. Said hi, Frank. So yeah, so that was a little introduction.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've it's this August it'll be 2 years since I started doing lives. I was, since the first year of lockdown, I was posting daily card messages just to kind of cheer people up, you know. And then as time went on, I started doing deck reviews and whatnot. And then I interviewed a few deck creators and stuff, a few well-known tarot peeps and stuff like that. And then so it was only last August, or the August before last, so nearly 2 years ago, one day like that now, I just got a notion. I went on YouTube on the telly with a tutorial teaching me how to do a YouTube live, and I watched along on the laptop to figure out how to do it. And I did one every night that week, because I knew if I did one that I'd stop again. So I did one every night that week, and I was just hooked, and made loads of lovely new friends who and I've something like 856 or something now on my channel, and I'm good friends with a lot of them. So it's lovely. I love it.
That's fabulous. I love because we're still very new friends, but I see that you do a lot of lives, and I think that's it. It is such a raw way of showing people snippets of your life, right?
Yeah.
And I think there is a lot to do. I love watching people's lives because I'm like, yeah, I'm right there with you, but I'm not. But
I know. Yeah.
So
awesome.
I
people always say in their lives, if you have to leave a live, say if you can't watch anymore, you have to go off and do something, obviously, right? And people say, oh, you can watch it back, but it's just not the same watching things back. I love to watch lives.
Yeah.
It is very much like being there with them, isn't it?
It is. I did not know anything about lives. Well, I did watch, I think Lexi does some lives, and I'm like, interesting.
Yeah.
It really felt a little bit intimidating because, you can do mistakes and you can all of that, but I was like, it's okay, I guess. It's okay.
Yeah.
So I just turned on live yesterday and I did my video. I'm like, it's okay, I think we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So I think I love challenging myself that way.
You did that the right way though, because when I did my first live, I did it like that as well. I just decided at the last second, I thought, feck it, I'm going to do a live, and I just pressed live on the phone, and there was only, I think there was maybe 2 or 3 people on, because it was like lunchtime here in Ireland. So most people who now watch my lives were, in America, and they were still asleep in bed and stuff. So I only had a couple of people. So it was a nice way to start, it wasn't overwhelming, so it was good.
Right. Yeah. I didn't expect anybody, but there were a couple of people and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good. You're from Ireland. Nice.
Yeah, I'm in Ireland.
I have so many questions, maybe some other time, but this is
yeah, no problem. This one is about you anyway, so
yes.
You can have me on your channel and question me.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that.
So what are your plans now that you're kind of getting stuck into doing lives on YouTube? Do you have any ideas as to what you want to do, or just go with the flow? Or
I think I'm very much, I stress myself out, I think, if I plan.
Yeah.
And I do see, I like to plan when I have it has to be almost like an inspiration, like some kind of idea in my mind, and then I make a plan out of it. But it's not the other way.
Yeah.
So if something piques my interest, I will think about it, and then I'll plan to present it in a better way. But then it always comes out of nowhere. It always comes out of an inspiration, something I notice around me. So in a way I do plan, but afterwards.
I know.
So right now I think I'm taking it a bit easy. Last month I did this Divine Feminine work with Courtney at Air Witchcraft, and it was a bit intense. So I'm just taking it easy.
Yeah.
This month maybe, I'm not sure, but just reading some books and the summer is starting, so it's beautiful out here, and just enjoying the weather too.
Yeah.
So
the one thing I've been trying lately, I've been trying to I have a lot of respect for people who are out and about and they have no problem sitting in their car or sitting in the park or whatever and taking out their phone and doing a live. I have no problem doing lives and I talk, no problem. But I still can't get myself to sitting in the park with people around just to hold up my phone and do a live and pull some cards or talk about something. I'm still a bit not anxious is a bit of a strong word maybe, but do you know what I mean? So I need to get over that.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be your thing too. That's another thing, right? Just because
I know.
It works for everyone. You might have your way.
I suppose,
You might be like outside and doing
I
it.
would like to do it though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
should
know.
try it. Yeah, you
Yeah,
should
I
try
would
it.
like it. Yeah, I know I would like. Oh, here's another one of my mods. Hey, Maya and Steph.
Hey, Maya.
Maya's daughter Stephanie always watches the lives with her.
I just finished work. This is my break time, Maya. So I'm cheating
Hey,
a bit. Hey,
Heather.
Heather.
I know
How
Heather.
are you?
Heather is out and about. No bother. You're very good for popping in.
Yeah.
And hello to anyone watching who's not chatting in the chat. I know there's someone watching who's not chatting, so hi to her.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. It's okay. You don't have to. Right.
Exactly. We know you're here.
We know you're here.
I know you're here. Stalker. Am I joking? No, I sent out the link to some people, and some people were like, "Oh, I'll be watching, but I won't be in chat because I'm busy or whatever." So it's grand. Maya says, "Sure, you were her fave YouTuber." A couple of months ago, Maya surprised her daughter by bringing her to my town to see me. She never told her that that's where they were going. They just got in the car and they drove, and they stopped at the shop near my house. So I went up to meet them. So when her daughter came out of the shop, she was like walking, and then she stopped and she saw me and she went, "Jackie!" It was so
Oh my
cute.
goodness. That is awesome.
It was so cute. She's always telling me I'm her favorite YouTuber. She God loves.
Oh.
So hi, Steph. Mwah, miss you, girl.
Maya is a good mother.
She
Beautiful.
is. She is.
Wow. Amazing.
It was so cute. We had a lovely time, and then they came down there last week again, so it was lovely.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah.
So yeah.
So, go ahead. I'll let you.
No, go on. I was trying to come up with the next question. You talk away.
No, I was just asking, like, how did you get into divination? You know.
So okay. My daughter is nearly 17, so 15 years ago, approximately, I joined an American company called Forever Living Products. It's the world's #1 aloe vera based natural products. So when I joined, I quickly realized that everyone in the company was into spiritual things, and everyone had angel card decks and oracle card decks and did Reiki and all these things that I'd never known anything about. So I'd be invited to all these events then with different people, and I bought my first deck of angel cards, which was one of the Doreen Virtue angel cards. And I was hooked, and I just kept buying oracle decks and angel decks. And then in 2018, without realizing it, I ordered a deck of tarot cards, thinking they were just an oracle deck. And the day after I ordered them, I was like, oh, wait, the email says it's 78 cards. I was like, they're different. I was like, Jesus, I have to figure out how to read tarot cards. So yeah, I was mad. Apologize, guys. All the rest of the peeps know this story. But I was sitting in the car one day at school waiting to collect a child, and I was reading a book. Do you know Kyle Gray, the Scottish angel? Yeah. So I was reading a book by him, and he was explaining to someone that they needed to call on Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel for direction in his life, right? So I sat there and I thought, right, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, I've just ordered a deck of tarot cards. I have no idea how to use them. I need to find someone to teach me tarot. And I'm not joking you, Ravneet. 5 minutes later at the school gates, a friend of mine that I was talking to announced that she was a tarot card, certified tarot card reader and teacher. So about 2 weeks later, I did a tarot workshop with her and started watching YouTube, and I was hooked.
It was meant to be then. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow. What a
so
story.
It was great. Hi, Viviani.
Hi, Viviani. How are you? Maha says, she's delighted.
Big smile on her face. Ears are only stopping to go around. She can't love her.
Oh, that is adorable.
Oh, bless her. How are you, Viviani? So yeah, so that was how I got into it, and then all my well for years I knew my mother always spoke about my her mother, my grandmother, being a card reader. I assumed it was tarot cards, but it was actually only playing cards she read and tea leaves. And apparently she used to have queues out the door and down the street at all times, and she was incredible. My mother said so. It's in the blood.
Yeah, it's in the blood.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
Delighted. Yeah.
Interesting.
So how did you get into it all?
I think I was thinking about it when you asked me for that. I'm like, I don't think there was anything in specific for me.
Okay. Yeah.
It was like I always had these things in my head, but when I saw it on a card, it was like it made my life so much easier.
Right. Yeah.
You know, because it was all in here, and it was like it was hard. Nice.
Sorry, 2 seconds. What?
So it
Go on quickly.
It
My
made
daughter is
sense for
waffling.
me to. Okay. It's okay. I'm like, what are you mumbling?
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Children.
Yeah, so she has beautiful hair, by the way. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's extremely long. She's getting it colored blue tomorrow.
Blue. Wow.
Like what's her name, Nat? Billie Eilish. I was looking at the posters for inspiration.
Uh-huh. Wow. She's gonna look like a Selkie or something, right?
We'll see tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, well, I'm more excited now. Ooh. Oh,
I'll show you
Mommy.
pictures. I'll show you pictures. I know.
Yeah, definitely. Please share. So yeah, I think it just made more sense for me. And I saw it and like someone shared, I don't even remember, like I said, a particular moment.
Yeah.
But first of all, I got these pirated copies because I had no clue.
Okay. Yeah.
I had no clue, right? So I just got on Etsy and I searched. I was like, these are called oracle cards. Okay. And I got like those fake copies. One was of Doreen Virtue.
Oh.
Goddess, guidance, something. Like a couple of them. There were like 3 or 4, and there was one tarot. I had no idea about tarot, but I just got it because free shipping. Yeah. Don't ask.
I didn't think there'd be fake decks on Etsy.
Well, I didn't know it was fake. I did not know it for 2 years. So I kept the cards for 2 years. I didn't really use them, maybe once or twice. Yeah, it just didn't strike me much to use them. So I put it in one box and I like stored it. And after almost 1 or 2 years, I was like, there are more oracle decks. And then I was like, Hay House. I found Hay House then. And I remember like when I got the decks, I was like, so this is fake. Because the size was so different. So yeah, that's how I got into it, and it's just helped me process a lot of my experiences. I think that's how I use.
It's amazing. Every time I pull cards, I say, "Oh my god, I can't believe how well cards work." I'm surprised every time. You know?
Yeah, it's just fantastic tool, I think, for that kind of work. I mean, you can use it for multiple ways, you know.
Yeah.
But like that's how I use it for like reflection, inner work, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I always do things extremely. I'm a very passionate person, so I went all in.
As you do. I love it.
I started with oracle cards, and then I was like, what is tarot? I read tarot like oracle cards. Trust me, I was like, I don't care. And then eventually I was like, maybe I should care. Then I started learning. I started learning a little bit, and I'm still new, but I really don't. You know, it's like just do it at your own pace, seriously.
Yeah.
I'm that kind of person. So yeah, I'm just enjoying having fun.
But I mean, it is more important to focus on the images in tarot anyway. I mean, it's one thing to learn what the cards mean, but You know,
But
like you
yeah,
can read the cards differently depending on the situation. You know.
right, right, right. Yeah, so I think, but it does help. I think that knowing the meanings of the cards does help you give that base to land off to. It's from, like, because
Yeah.
sometimes it can be
Yeah.
just too much in your feelings, and it's hard to understand what you're feeling. So I think it does have a purpose, definitely.
Yeah.
So, anyways, let's look at the chat for a minute. Okay, let's talk.
You see, Frank sent over some card decks to me for myself and Maya
Oh,
to share. So they're just chatting about the decks.
uh-huh.
Prisma Visions, yeah, it wasn't my cup of tea, so I said, Maya, that's for you.
I wish I had a friend like that, because most of the time I'm like, I have nobody here, so I'm like, I'll just store it. And
Yeah, yeah.
if I get a chance, I just bombard people with texts. Take it. Take it. Also, I love gifting people in general. I think it's
Yeah, yeah. I had some to get. I had some. I'm just wanna. Someone just sent me a text. She knows who she is. I'll explain later. All right. um. What was I going to say?
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not what I'd call a collector, right? I don't want to buy every deck and just
Right.
keep them stored on the shelf and not use them. If
Yeah.
I'm not using decks for after about 6 months, or if I just, when you're really obsessed with a deck and you get it and you just don't feel the bond like you thought you would. So
Yeah.
I don't want them sitting there gathering dust. I'll either sell them on or gift them, depending. Like if I know someone would like the deck, I'll
Right.
gift it to them or whatever. So like last week, now I wasn't able to go myself and my spiritual circle. Maya's fault. Um, but I was supposed to go to my spiritual circle. That's when Maya called down to me. But the decks that I had to pass on to people, I sent off to my spiritual circle, and I said, lads, take a deck each. These are ones I'm not using. Happy Christmas, even though it's not Christmas. So yeah, I gifted decks to people there last Tuesday night. They were delighted.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think
Yeah,
that it's a
you feel
beautiful
good.
gift itself.
It
Yeah,
is.
and
It
it's
is.
such a meaningful gift, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very particular. I don't buy decks just like that. I mean, I do
Yeah.
my due diligence
Yeah.
before buying a deck. Like there are certain things I just don't care about.
Yeah.
Um, but I do think that being a beginner, I give myself enough time and space to see if, because some of the things
Yeah.
you're not ready to even look at or process.
Yeah.
It's not the time, right? So that's how I see it. If I see like I'm not ready to face this thing, like that the artwork is trying to provoke in me, I just store it for the time being,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden I'll be like, I want to use that back, and I am so glad that I just don't pass it on, because
Yeah.
then we have to like, it's okay. I think as long as, for me, if you have storage, enough storage,
Yeah.
and it's fine. But I do agree with you. I just don't buy everything. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
I would have looked at a deck review, at lots
Yes.
of deck reviews on a deck before I'd even think about buying something.
Yes. I do that
Yeah.
too. I browse through YouTube for
Yeah.
everything. Like, I just want to make sure. Like,
Yeah.
and just being intentional, right? Because you want to make
Yeah.
sure that you just don't buy on a whim. Well, I think, but yeah, I am so grateful for people for doing these reviews, because
Yeah. I love them. Yeah. Yeah.
otherwise yeah,
It's
you would
it's
never
so
know.
handy. Like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah. I do check things out a lot before I'd buy.
yeah. Yeah, and there are certain YouTubers that I really care about how they think and their mindset, right? Because some people, it's like some people just, like you said, are collectors. And I personally don't
Yeah.
really, I'm not that kind of, I'm not judging here. Okay, I'm not judging here. I'm just saying
Yeah,
I'm not a
I know,
collector.
I know. Yeah, yeah,
So I think knowing what works for you is important. And
yeah.
um, yeah. Also, like, for example, there was this deck recently, it was the Mapu, and I have no, because I grew up in India, I have not watched the cartoon. I do not relate to it at all. You see what I mean? Like,
Right.
so
Yeah.
you should be able to relate to the characters, I think,
Yes.
rather
Yeah.
than like, oh, they're cute. Okay, fine. But then what about the story? Like, then I have to read the
Yeah.
story and I have to, and I understand, like, I love stories, I love storytelling. And that's why I actually am very interested in Ireland and Visit Ireland because, there's so many lores and all of that stuff. I really like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
But you don't need every deck, is what I'm trying to say. It's just too
I
much,
know.
I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always been well, actually, at the very start when I started learning tarot, I did not like the Rider-Waite-Smith, but I was told you should learn from the Rider-Waite-Smith.
Mm.
I was told if you can read that, you can read any other deck. So I thought, grand, I got one. I still was like, oh no, I don't like it. But I was like sticking with it. I was like, no, I'm doing this. And about 6 months, and I'm not joking, right? About 6 months later, it's like I literally woke up one morning completely obsessed with the Rider-Waite-Smith. And then I
Mm.
wanted every single different version of it. You know? It was mad.
Interesting. I haven't worked with like the classic version of it. Of
Yeah.
course, the different interpretations, but I don't know. I think that at the end of the day, if it speaks to you, go for it.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Seriously.
Yeah. I like I know people love like Maya loves pip decks, and people love Thoth and
Mm.
Tarot de Marseille and stuff, but I'm not into any of them. Now I do
Mm.
have a deck which I got because my I'd seen it on Maya's channel. She had a deck review. It's the Rider Marseille, so it's a cross between the Rider-Waite-Smith and the Marseille deck, which is
Mm.
beautiful. I love that deck. But Marseille itself, no, because I'm just not into pip cards. I need an actual full
Mm.
image to read, you know. So all my decks, bar one, are Rider-Waite-Smith. The one is, I don't know if you've seen it. Everyone in chat would have seen it, but it's called the Shitty Tarot. It's based on Schitt's Creek, the Netflix TV
Oh,
show.
okay.
So like it's all the characters from Schitt's Creek, but the images are based on the Rider-Waite-Smith, but they're just obviously that little bit different, but real characters, you know. But it's a fantastic deck. But it's only because I've seen the show so many times that I know every
Mm.
single scene and I can read them well, you know. So I love that deck.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing. I love Outlander, and I know that Outlander
Okay.
Tarot is coming up maybe next month or something. I'm not
Is
sure I'm
it?
at it, but it's like it makes sense. If you know the story, you're better able to relate to
Exactly.
it. Like I have like
Yeah.
more than 100 decks, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I should get more decks.
I
But
know,
that's
yeah.
another I try to get like secondhand decks, like used, pre-loved, right? So I save money that way too. But then there's still like, if you're not able to give attention to them, like you were saying, I think it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. So
Yeah.
that's why I've started reading guidebooks now. I think, um, because I feel that sometimes we look at the deck, the artwork, and we're like, oh, I don't relate to it. But sometimes we need a little more education, a little more experience with the deck to understand what it's saying.
Yeah.
And I think when we get a deck, we should. I'm just saying, I try to think that will I have time to bond with it, right?
Yeah.
Because I really enjoy that a lot more. So I've started reading guidebooks now. So I've read like, I started with Guy and Tarot with a couple of ladies from YouTube here, but then everyone is busy or something. So um, I have read two after that, and the third one I'm reading right now. And I just feel so glad that I'm doing this because it just, yeah, it
Yeah.
just helps me feel a little bit better about my spendings.
I remember at the start, a lot of people used to say, "Oh, when you buy a tarot deck, throw the guidebook in the bin." Like that's ridiculous. Like because you need to know what the deck creator intended in their images. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I
Yes.
know the point they're trying to make is you can't rely on other people to tell you what a card means, which I know.
Yeah.
But it is important to know what the creator was intending with their imagery, you know?
Absolutely. Because I think for me, tarot decks are just like books, right? You can't judge a book by its cover. You have to read
Yeah.
the book.
Yeah.
And it's their brain and it's their experience. And how can you see that from the artwork? I mean, maybe you're that expert. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I'm not. So I need to read what they did, why they did, so I can better understand them and obviously their artwork, right? Because it's
Yeah.
their interpretation. I
Yeah.
think it helps. Yeah, it really helps. And I know that certain decks, I was like, I will just give them away. But I was like, maybe I'll read the guidebook.
Yeah.
And after reading the guidebook, I'm like, I'm not sure I want to give this on because this is good. And these are like
Yeah.
Hay House decks, and people, I think there's that whole habit of overconsumption in this community as well, right? As you're aware. But I think that if we judge anything by its price, I don't think that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have to spend the time with the, and that's another thing, right? That's why I'm so much into reflective work, because to me it's so exciting to see that how can we see certain things which are expensive, we think they're better than things which are a bit reasonable for the price, right?
Yeah.
To me, that's like, we need some shadow work here, I think. So, yeah.
Maya just agreed there with she said, like in the B Tower, you could say, okay, standard RWS, but the guidebook adds so much of flavor. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
I love a good, colorful, shiny, smelly guidebook.
Which is your favorite guidebook? That's another favorite topic of mine. Even people in the comments, if you could recommend like good guidebooks, I'm all about it.
Well, this one I have at the moment, she's been smart, because when I got the decks in the post from Frank, so I was going through them, because we're both in Ireland, so instead of him sending decks to her and to me, he sent them to me, and then we shared them, and she called to me to collect them. But she was giving out, she says, I hope, because we love smelling the decks. I love the smell of decks and guidebooks and stuff.
Yeah.
We're so happy that other people do it. But she came to my house and she was smelling the book to check that I hadn't taken all the smell. Yeah, she's crazy.
Like, so cute. No, it's cute to me.
Oh, it was so funny. But this one, look, this is the New Enough deck that I got.
Oh yeah, I
Tarot
saw
for
it in
Learning
your
by Whitewell.
videos.
The guidebook, it's small, but it's very thick, and it has amazing information. And also there's wait, now, where is it? There's a card in the bottom of the deck with one of these what's this, QR code?
codes.
That's what it's called. I'm new to QR codes. It was my first time scanning one today. So I scanned this, and it's actually a digital copy of the guidebook. It's like fabulous.
Nice.
So there's loads of information in this guidebook. It's really, really good. Like, so it gives you all the information that's on the card, and then more. Yeah. So
yeah,
like,
really good for learners, and like just.
Well, you see, like, yeah, that's what Maya were talking about. Like, I had a deck similar to this when I started, but when I looked at it and saw all the information, it was a bit overwhelming. So I thought, no, I just want, I just want full card images. So I went back to a regular Rider-Waite-Smith, learned it by looking at the images and discussing it and reading it and watching people on YouTube talking about them and stuff. And it's only a couple of weeks ago that I got this deck, and now I'm wanting to add in all the extra information that's added all around the card, you know. So love this deck at the moment.
I
And
think
it smells nice.
that, yeah, it smells nice. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I think that I'm very much into like, so this is another deck that I am working with. Is the mirror? It's not mirroring, right?
Okay, I don't know. No, it's the right way around. I can see it. Animal something or other.
It's Animal Apothecary. So I'm working with it every night, and it looks like such a simple deck, but it has made me cry just because of the guidebook.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
I think I am so grateful for these people to be sharing their journeys in the form of these.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
We won't be able to meet them, but we can still gain so much from their experience. And I'm so grateful for that. People are fangirling over B Tarot.
There. Maya's delighted with her B Tarot from Frank.
So you guys all live close by?
Well,
I know you said Maya, but
yeah, Maya's about an hour and a half away from me, and Frank is in the Netherlands. And when I got the box and I opened it, I made a video. So I was there going, Maya, we have this deck and we have this deck, and I was showing her all the decks, and she was watching it going, I hope she doesn't want this deck. I hope she doesn't want that deck. It was good fun.
I love that. Yeah.
She got all the decks she wanted.
Nice. Very nice. Also, do you guys buy from like those metaphysical shops or like Amazon stuff, or like how do you guys?
You see, there is a very good shop in the city, which is only about 20 minutes from me. But they're just a bit expensive. You know, I like to kind of buy off Amazon and things. Now there is a lot of fakes on Amazon, so you do have to be careful and kind of really know what you're looking at when you're clicking through images. Because even I found one time there was a deck that everyone wanted a few years ago. It was how do I explain it? It was called the Pamela Coleman Smith RWS. I don't have it to hand now to show you, but it was someone in the UK nicknamed it the Dirty Pam. So it was, everyone was obsessed with it. Everyone wanted it. It was a regular Rider-Waite Smith, but it was really beautiful colors in the background of the cards and stuff. Really pretty deck. And I think from what I gathered from listening to people talking about it, what happened was, what are they called? Lo Scarabeo, I think, printed it without copyright, is what I heard at the time. And were told to stop printing it. So there was only one printing. So loads of people all over the world wanted it. And what they did was, right, which was really wrong, and I hope people got their money back and stuff, but they actually made a second printing of the deck, but they went back to the original colorings of the images, which wasn't what people wanted at all. Same cards, same card stock, different coloring. But you see, it was being posted on the likes of Amazon. Like you'd have to really know what you were looking at to know you were buying the wrong deck. So like the one that people wanted had, you know, the roses and lilies on the back of the cards. On the original one, there was like 12 rows of roses and lilies. And on the second printing that they did with the old coloring, there was only 8 rows. So they had a picture of the new box, the original colors on the cards, and then the backs of the cards that they were showing were the backs of the newer deck with only the 8 rows. So you'd have to know the details of the box, the cards, and the backs of the cards to know that it was the wrong deck that you were ordering. A lot of people ordered that deck and were sent the wrong one, and people were not happy, like, you know?
Yeah.
So you really have to know what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's another thing. I do that too, even living in the States. Because when I got my decks, they were from like Walmart, which is like a big store here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Even they had fake decks. So there are fake decks all over Amazon,
yeah,
Etsy, all of these websites. But Yeah, I do that even now. I make sure that I'm getting the right thing. Especially the major thing is like the fake decks don't have this. They have QR codes. That's a major.
Yeah, yeah, true.
So also they look a bit smaller if you can see them.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's yeah, it's a bit, and that will always be because it's a big market and they know about it, right? So
yeah, true.
everyone's
Yeah,
gonna make money, even if it's ethical or not. That's
yeah, yeah.
how it goes. Interesting. Yeah, I get a lot of my decks from eBay, like they're pre-loved, and um,
Okay.
I didn't even know what indie decks were.
Yeah,
Like,
it took me a while to figure that out. Yeah,
what is indie? Do they have horns or something? Don't know.
yeah.
I couldn't get
I
it.
didn't know for a while. Yeah,
Well, yeah, it took me a while.
yeah.
It was like, oh, okay.
Kickstarter is a good one too. I've gotten a couple off Kickstarter. I like Kickstarter.
I got one from Kickstarter. Um, but yeah, it is. See, all of these things I didn't know about it. It's almost like I did. It's so fascinating when you think about it that this this market existed for a long time. I just didn't know about it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just did
true.
not. It is so crazy to me.
Yeah, but it is massive now. Like spirituality is massive now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
nearly everyone you'd meet now has a deck of tarot cards, whether they know how to read them or not. But so many people have them.
And it makes sense, I think. It makes a lot of sense because
Yeah,
organized religion is not working for everyone.
yeah, yeah,
Um, so people are trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
yeah.
Um, you know, and I think it's a big sign. All of these things, this big market to me is a big sign that people are starting to question um, the conventional things, right? The conventional authorities.
Yeah,
So, in a way, it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing
it
that
is. Oh God, it
because
is.
because because I came from organized religion, right? And then figuring out it's not a religion, you know. But that said, it took me a while, and it is so traumatic, right? If because you don't know what to do next, like because it's so confusing. You're so
Yeah,
um, harassed emotionally and mentally, I'll say. Um, so to me, I think that's the only way to go. If you're not questioning, nothing's going to change. So it's,
yeah.
and I think if people can question with these tools, I think it's a win. I think
It
it's a
is.
win-win situation. It's nothing, okay?
Yeah, yeah,
Because if you read history, so many spiritual teachers have come on, and if you listen to their words, they say that they could only make, it was words of Buddha. Yeah, environment, all of these things. So it's like what they said is even in Gurbani from the faith I'm from, and technically I don't follow it, but like I still understand it. Um, they say that there's one in a million who is what do you call it, aware, or who is I'm not getting the word now. Waiting for it. Is real. Actualized, self-actualized, one in a million.
okay.
That's how intense this work is.
Yeah.
So I think
Huh?
seriously, spend money, but then these are just tools. It's all tools, okay? Even
Yeah,
religion is a tool
yeah,
to
yeah,
do
yeah,
that work. And if people are doing it, I think it's awesome. I think
yeah,
it's great. I
yeah,
look forward to doing this work because of these tools. Because it's so boring. Look at that. It's like you just need to read this and it's all done. Religion. It's like so boring. Like you need your moods are fluctuating all the time. Things are changing all the time. How do you
true.
expect us to just follow this one route?
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. No
Do
wonder,
you do you
people don't
have
get.
other things other than cards? Do you have, crystals, pendulums, stuff like that? No?
Well, I do have crystals, but like they're more for like they look good, they look pretty.
Decoration.
Not like decoration. Uh, in the beginning, I was doing this 6-month container with some person, and they suggested to get quartz and the white quartz and what was the other one? The black one. I keep forgetting the name of that. The black one.
Tourmaline
Yes,
or
tourmaline. Tourmaline. Because it's really good for shadow work and like for the darkness and all of that. Um, but I don't know. They just look pretty. I don't use them. How about you?
yeah, I've crystals all over the place, but I don't necessarily use them either. But I
Yeah.
like I mean I have rings with big crystals in them, and I have pendants and stuff that I wear. You know, I've this one actually I got in the Czech
Yeah.
Republic. Well, you
Oh.
can't really see it. It's a kind of a pinky purple colored
Hmm.
ruby that I got in the Czech Republic. Actually, my mother-in-law bought it for me. It's beautiful. I love this.
I think they're
It looks like a
beautiful.
little kind of a teardrop.
It does. It does. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's a
I
little bit
love
hard
it.
to see on the camera, but
I'll
I
have to
think
post a
it's really
picture. I posted a picture before, but I'll post it again so you can see it. It's
yeah.
gorgeous. And it's faceted. I
Okay.
love it. Oh,
Yeah. I think they're pretty. It's like
yeah.
again, it's some I know like someone talked about Reiki on my live yesterday, and I think that's what they do. They use crystals and stuff too.
They do actually.
And
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
I think there is a science behind it. I'm not negating that seriously, but
Yeah,
I also understand my limits. I'm ignorant about that subject, so I would rather stay
yeah, yeah.
quiet. This is
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
So yeah, that's
Give it a year and you might be addicted
no. It's just
like the rest of us.
that's another thing, Jackie, because um the thing is that I know that there's so much out there. You need to
Yeah,
just, I feel, because the amount of energy and resources we have, I would rather focus on one thing and
yeah,
get the
yeah,
most
yeah,
out of it
yeah,
than
yeah,
being
yeah,
like, that's just how my brain works. I cannot do multiple
yeah,
things.
yeah,
Um, so I'm just looking like I think this works for me, and especially because I'm very intellectual as well. So I think the cards work for me that way.
yeah. There's
Um,
enough different elements to card reading anyway, you know?
yeah, that's true. The
Yeah.
colors, there's a lot there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Numerology, symbolism.
numerology. Yeah,
Yeah.
the directions. It's just so fascinating.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
So
It is. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it's all good. But I do like looking at people's crystals. I also have crystals. Like I went to Morocco. Was it Morocco? Morocco has a lot of um, caves and like a lot of natural deposits of minerals. So they have a lot of
Oh,
crystals
wow.
naturally. They mine it all the time. So
Oh,
I got like stones. I it's so bad. I don't even I have to still pack them away. Um, but like they're like stones. Like they're like rocks from outside, but they are broken. So inside is all crystal.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
Lovely.
I got one was amethyst and one was quartz. Yeah, I did get
Oh,
them, but they're
wow.
still. But maybe I'll share that picture. It's so they're so beautiful to look at, and it's so fascinating to me, like how
Yeah.
nature turns this into.
Yeah, exactly. How they were made. Yeah, I know.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. Yeah, but I think I don't know what like. Do you like my job is very intellectual, like very mental, right? For me, I
Okay.
think you do need time and space for these things because
Yeah,
energy work is more subtle, right? For
it is.
me, it's really hard at this point, I think, to to be in the energy work just because of the nature of my majority
Yeah.
of my time.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just yeah,
But
yeah. It
it's
makes
nice to have something kind of easy for you to do so to kind of focus
right.
on your cards and when you're not
Yeah,
working.
exactly. And then yeah, so I think we need to see what works for us, and it's kind of different for everyone. I think.
Yeah. Oh, I love to come home and sit down and watch
Yeah,
YouTube or Netflix or something and just sit there shuffling my cards and pulling cards
Exactly.
and you know.
Yeah,
Love
it's
it.
just I think I can go on and on about this conversation because I think that people, especially like myself, who have come from a different backgrounds where this like there was no emotional connection, no communication, it's hard for
Okay.
me to decipher what am I feeling, and what's going on. For I think so.
Yeah.
This is really helpful for me to like kind of it's like a practice, everyday
Yeah.
practice. That it's like I know what I'm feeling, but it puts words to it, and I think
Yeah.
that is so helpful,
That's fabulous. Yeah.
right? So it's almost like a very
Yeah.
meditative experience for me. Um,
Yeah.
and I, because I came from organized religion, I had this fear of like tarot. Oh my God, like cards, oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah. I know.
People look down upon it, right? And that's why I made sure like my parents know about it from day one. I
Yeah.
have
Okay.
never hidden anything. I think, and it's not like I needed their consent, but I think that it's important to be transparent
Yeah.
and just be normal about the things that
Yeah.
matter to you.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah. That's
right?
good that you had that from the start. Huh.
Yeah, and I don't think they understand what I'm doing, but but I think they understand like it's helping me. So they
Yeah.
support me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, in the beginning, my mom, because Indian divination is very different from Western, like the Eastern divination is very different from Western divination.
Okay.
Like it's very predictive.
Oh, is it okay?
It's very much about the future. What's gonna happen? Will I have kids?
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff, which people here also
Okay.
do. Which
That
people,
actually that makes sense to a lot. I've seen people's chats when they're doing readings. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And I am not into that stuff.
No.
Of course, you start. Sometimes you do that. Sometimes just to check out like what is going
Yeah.
on. But
Huh.
I think if you have experiences, the cards don't give you a straight answer most of the time. They'll be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
this is you have these options. Figure out
Huh.
yourself, okay?"
Like
So
I always say that the cards are only about reading the energy of where you are right now and giving you
exactly,
advice on what way to go in the future, not telling you,
exactly,
yes, you'll get married 1 year from tomorrow and he'll look like this and his name will be this. None of that crap. Like
exactly.
that's not what
Sometimes,
tarot reading is.
yeah, sometimes the cards I think do indicate like when you're not even asking for it. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
but I think in the beginning, my mom was like, "I want cards too." I remember I ordered from Indian Amazon because they live in India, and um, it was like this sacred traveler or something, and she never touched it after that because she understood that it's not gonna answer me in a predictive way,
Oh yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know. And
Okay.
of course, I think that's a learning curve too. I think I think most of us start like that because
Yeah.
it's very much about what's happening out there. Nobody really, or most of us don't really see what's going on here. I don't think a person would need these tools if they knew that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
So, um, yeah, yeah,
I'm glad you explained. That's the one thing now that I'm glad I've learned from you tonight is about Eastern tarot
Mm,
reading is different. That explains a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you have had experiences with people from?
No, it's just when people in the community are doing tarot and like I never said it before because I don't want to sound racist or anything, but it always happens that in when people are doing tarot readings online, if there are any Indians in the chat looking for readings, they're always asking, when will I get
Uh-huh.
married? Who will I marry? They want predictive
Yes,
stuff. And I didn't understand that. I didn't know that. I was wondering, why do they think that that's what tarot reading is? So that
Yes.
explains a lot. Okay.
Yes, even if you tell someone you read tarot, people will jump with these questions because
Yeah.
we equate these two.
Huh.
And I think that's again,
Huh.
it is such a fascinating topic for me because if you see like time in general, there is
Yeah.
present, there is past, and there is future. But then
Yeah.
beyond that, there are so many different timelines, and even quantum physics talks about it,
Yeah.
right? And I don't think most of the people are living there. Most of us are in that kind of victim mindset where things are happening to us,
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
it takes certain level of empowerment to understand that that's not true. Like there is no defined future. Like God,
Yeah. Yeah.
there is no set destiny per
Yeah.
se. God is creating through us,
Yeah.
is exploring through us, or whatever God.
Yeah.
If I know people don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I know.
Like
No. Whatever
creating,
people believe.
yeah, like
Yeah.
creating through us.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that's a major difference in the
Yeah.
mindset. And
And
I
you
do
see
understand it. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Well, what people need to realize too, like, is that, and I explained this before, is like like even when we finish the live now, one single decision we make, whether it be like me now to go make a cup of tea or to have a shot of whiskey and get into bed or whatever, every single decision we make every day changes our direction, you know?
Yep.
We could be going to do one thing tomorrow, and then tomorrow morning we wake up and decide to do something different, and it completely puts us in a different direction in life. So to me there's no such thing as predictive tarot reading, because we can change it in any second of the day, you know.
Yeah.
So
And absolutely. It's like the more I understand is like the time is only for the mind because the mind lives in like
yeah.
past, it's happened, present, but there's no past or future. There's only this, and it has infinite possibilities.
Yeah.
And it's about what are you creating? You know, it comes back
Yeah.
to the same question. And I
Yeah.
think tarot just helps us, or whatever it is. I think these are all different tools to just bring back to us ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
So yeah, I love this topic because oh my god, it's a big one.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
Day before yesterday, my mom's like, uh, a lot has happened in my life, but like she was saying that she showed an astrologer my um, birth chart or something. I don't know.
Okay. Huh.
And he said like I'll have this and this, and I'll have this many kids, and I'll have this and that and that and that. And I'm like, you know, I'm not married. I'm very single, and I have no plans about children. But that said,
Yeah.
it's interesting to me when I hear that. I'm like, I think I am where I am because of the choices that I made.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why my life looks very different from the general um, woman in my family
Yeah. Yeah.
because they made similar choices because that's a programming. It's not, you know,
Yeah.
we call programming destiny. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not destiny.
So true. So true. Huh.
So it's just fascinating for me to see both worlds because I grew up in the East half of my life, and then I'm here now, so it's very different.
How long are you in America?
So I came in 2013.
Okay.
So
12
wow,
years.
years, yeah.
And none of your family are there, no?
No, my parents live in India.
Okay.
So, yeah, but I've met a lot of wonderful people here. Seriously.
Yeah.
So I think that you meet the people people the way you are. I think it's
Yeah.
almost like I've met really wonderful people. I seriously feel so blessed, and um, I don't know. It's just interesting for me to hear different people having different experiences.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like when I was about to come to the US, they were like, "Oh, you're vegetarian. You're gonna die." Like, uh,
Jesus.
like uh, there's no food except for meat. Like that's what I was told from my extended family. Okay. Asa, my cat is jealous because she's not getting the attention.
Oh, look at her. Hi.
She's biting me for attention.
Is she? Oh God.
Yes. She's like, when are we gonna play? Okay, okay, Asa. Shut up.
I'm somehow after making the chat disappear. I don't know how I did that. Wait now. Oh, there it is. Oh no, come back.
Hi, Saskia. How are you?
I'm clicking on things here and I don't know what I'm doing. There it is. It's very slow. Hey, Saskia. Right. So we are just on the hour. So will we do a card each just as a message to the
Yeah,
collective?
let's do that.
So thanks to everyone who has been watching tonight and anyone who watches the replay. Thanks a million, guys. Make sure to do all the YouTubey things, as Hershey would say. Hit the thumbs up, share. Everyone go over to Ravneet's channel, Winds of Reflection, and her Instagram page, and follow and subscribe and whatnot. And we will now pull a card for everyone. So you're using that deck, yeah?
I am using Song of the Grandmothers. It's very gentle. I thought,
Oh, I don't know that one.
yeah,
Lovely.
it's just very gentle and loving. And I thought,
Do you know what? Okay, I have a deck or a card that fell out, so I'm going to go with it.
okay. Come on. I'm just gonna pick this up, okay? 'Cause, yeah. Let's go.
Go on, you go first. You're the guest.
Oh my. Okay, hold on. Let me see. My cat is so naughty. Sorry. Okay. So it is Grandmother, Emperor, Penguin,
Aw.
which is about movement. So I think is telling us. I'll read a little bit from the guide because it's beautiful. So, a snapshot of satisfaction. Grandmother Emperor Penguin appears ready to bust a move with a waddle, a flap of her arms, and surely some head bobs. In this moment, she relishes alone time to gratify her own desires and fancies. Behind her, hints of tender engagement with a partner or friend, or as either side of a child parent pair. It's open to interpretation whether these represent memories or desires yet unfulfilled, but there's no question she cherishes those interactions just as much. Each dance is simply different. I think what it's saying is that being true to your body, your attunement, what see what you need in this moment, right? Do you
Yeah.
do you need connection with someone, or do you want to be with yourself and have some self-care, self-love day, some kind of practice, or journaling? It's about moving through life with ease, I think, because most of the times we can get all in the head. And I think what Grandmother Penguin is saying, that movement becomes a gift when we are in tune with our body, with our needs in this moment, and be able to listen fully so we can see what we need. That's
Love
all
it.
I have for all of you.
That ties in quite well with my card. This card fell out while I was shuffling, and it's the Page of Swords.
Mhm.
which is all, I mean, pages anyway are about learning, but swords then is the element of air. It's communication, it's thought, it's our mental intellect, that kind of stuff. So, like it says on the card, curious, witty, chatty, communicative, inspired, vigilant, alert, mentally agile. And then there's things like curiosity, exploration, communication, learning. There's an affirmation on the side of the card. Then I embrace my unique perspective. So again, like that, being in tune with your own body and kind of figuring things out for yourself and going with what comes to you, in your mind. Short meaning, it says curiosity and intellectual growth. You're exploring new ideas and expanding your knowledge and understanding the world. Again, all linked to what you were saying,
Beautiful.
So I like that. Linked to the heart chakra, it says, which is very interesting.
Interesting.
So yeah, I think that goes nicely with what you said. Because we're learning all the time, everything that happens to us or for us. Everyone we speak to, everyone we communicate with, teaches us something.
Interesting you said the heart, because it says follow the rhythm, because I think that our ultimate, the highest timeline is with our heart, when we are listening to our heart, because that's the epicenter, right? So beautiful.
Love that. I think those cards go well together.
Yes. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for being here. I really enjoyed this chat, Jackie. I will love to do that
delighted
again.
Absolutely. I only just FYI, guys, I only messaged her a few hours ago. I just had an epiphany. I came off the phone with someone and I was like, oh, I'm going to message Ravneet and ask her if she wanted to do a live. It just came to me. So and thankfully you were able to. So thank you very much for joining me. It was lovely. Oh, Heather's back. Oh no, I just got home to watch you guys and I was saying bye. You know me, Heather, I only do an hour.
Oh, Heather.
And it's Ravneet's lunchtime, but we will be doing another live anyway, so don't worry, Heather, you'll see us again.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go back to work before the thing. I'm like, where am I? This mistake.
Fair enough. Right. So thanks a million, guys. I'm going to end the stream. Mwah. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you again soon, guys. So just smile now for another couple of seconds until it ends. Bye.